Hey guys, what's up? My name is Williams and I run CSharp and engineering walkthroughs. So in this particular episode, what I'm going to do is to taper on from the previous episode where I started building a card game. I was building a card game using C Sharp, a tiny little bit of XAML, but we're really looking at C Sharp primarily for the bulk of things here. XAML is just really the UI framework that we're using to present our game for the Windows platform. So I'm using C Sharp, coding from scratch, and in the last episode, I'm also going for this challenge. I'm also creating the art assets / generating the art assets. You know, I already showed that I use a bit of AI to generate the assets, just for a simple mock-up and prototype. I might do up the assets later myself. I might use artificial intelligence to generate more assets. I don't know. I'll see what's best suited for the game. But for mock-up, I used AI for simple card assets. I'll show you on my paint.net. So I made a simple board. This was the original format was going to be more like solitaire, like a solitaire-based game. And I really sat down and I was like, the original rule set for Bank, the name of my game is Bank, is a little bit on the complex side. And I really, even though I was quite excited, I simplified the game because I really want to get this challenge out on the way. How did I simplify the game? Because I'm not a big solitaire guy. I'm not really good at solitaire. I simplified it. So the way Bank works now, the new rule set. So this is the overall layer I'm aiming to kind of get at. And there's a banker at the top and the players at the bottom, right? The banker deals out 7 cards on the banker side. The banker deals out 7 cards on the player side. So you have 2 rows, and then you have 2 cards in the middle. One begins face up in the round, one is face down. A gem price is offered at a certain value, say 1,000 cash, right? So the core mechanic of this game is to guess for this card that's in the middle of the field, is it higher than this card or lower than this card? The game is really luck based. There's not a lot of skill to this game. It's quite luck based. I really would like a card game that incorporates a little bit more skill, but for now it's a very luck based game. So you raise if you want to guess that it's a higher card to draw, and you set if you want to guess it's a lower card to draw, right? And depending on if you're right or wrong, there's a penalty or there's a payload. So if the player is correct, they get cash. So your cash increases, as you can see. Cash is at the bottom of the UI. If the player is wrong, they lose cash. So you're subtracted your cash balance, right? Consecutive guesses in a row. So if you get consecutive raises and sets correct, then you have a chain bonus or a bonus chain. How did I say it? A chain bonus over here. So the incentive is that basically you want to maximize each round, okay? Just so we're all on the same page. There's 7 card reveals. So in one particular set, in one particular round, there's 7 card reveals. So the banker will present 1 card here, face up, 1 face down. If I said, let's say I raise, so I guess that it might be a 7 of hearts, the suit doesn't matter, so it's just the number itself. If I'm guessing 7, and it was, say, 2 of hearts, that was the next face down card revealed, then that card then counts as a turn, right? And there's 7 turns in a play. And after that, the banker's hand is reshuffled. Card reveals. After this, the banker's hand is reshuffled and dealt out. This is 1 round. Okay. So I'm going to talk about what these cards do at the top as well soon. And what these cards at the bottom do. Right now I've just spoken about what we're doing with these cards in the middle. So there's also, before I explain what this is, I'm about to touch on what these cards do. We have this mechanic called a turn, right? And what is a turn? A turn is to reveal 1 card. So a turn is when I choose to reveal 1 card from my side, the player side. So let's say this was all face down. I'll just quickly see if I can demonstrate this with my prototype. So let's say this card is face down, and then what do? I select turn at the end of the play. So oh goodness, I shouldn't have done that. So what happens? Boom, the card is face up is an ace of spades. Ace of clubs, sorry. But what I need to do is, on a turn, I need to guess whether or not it's a higher or lower card. Man, my speaker system is really loud. Hold on, let me just turn it off. Get a lot of static there. I hope that I didn't just affect the levels though. I think that's okay. So, let me just take this cable out. Sorry guys, it's gonna be a really chill stream, as I do with my live streams. I'm really chilled. So, what's going on here? At the end of a play, and the play is basically when I guess to raise or set 7 times. Then I can choose to turn, and the turn is that I turn over a card. Before I turn over a card, I have to guess if it's a higher card or a lower card than the active card, and the active card is this card here in the middle of the play that's face up. So ace of spades, ace of clubs would be considered lower than the 5 of hearts, because ace is like the 1 card, right, in this particular context. So if I said set, and then I obviously get it right, so ace of clubs is less than 5 of hearts, then what happens? Let me just go back to here. Oh, okay, so the raise and set at this point is actually against the banker's card. So this card here is lower than the 2 of hearts. So what happens is that if I guess it right, then there's a cash payout. There's like a considerable cash payout. But at this stage, if I get it wrong, then the chip is lost. And if a chip is lost, that means you go bankrupt. So if you lose 4 chips, better said, then you go bankrupt. And the banker wins. So there's an incentive to play it safe, because turns are optional, right? So you can go play it safe and buy a gem at, say, 1,000 cash. I think I put it here as an example. Without turning in a game. You can just do it all naturally by getting chain bonuses, by guessing raise or set correctly. But it's a kind of double or nothing incentive to go for a turn, because there's going to be a considerable cash payout for beating the banker, right? And the edge is that you can see, of course, what the banker's card is. So not really an edge, but it's kind of an edge at the same time. And you can guess, okay, if the banker's card is a 2, there's a good chance that my card is going to be higher. In this case, it's an ace, so it's actually lower. So that's what makes it quite exciting. And that's generally the aim of the game. So I've simplified it from this kind of thing to this. So now I'm going to go to my Visual Studio. I'm going to start going back to the code. So in the previous episode, I think it was yesterday I streamed, or the day before, I was having some issues with the drawing. I've set everything out, I fixed it. But what happened yesterday was that I wanted to draw a green rectangle on the screen. And I had this piece of code. I had this drawing session to draw a rectangle. And I constructed the rect struct over here. I gave it some RGB and alpha value. I deleted the alpha value because I wasn't sure what was going on. And I wasn't getting anything on the screen, right? If you go back to the previous episode of this challenge. But funnily enough, I called the draw image. And I'm drawing my assets from my list of assets. So basically, in my folder structure, I'll just drag it onto the screen. I have all my assets here. And I'm basically drawing out from a list of these bitmaps that they converted into bitmaps from PNGs to bitmaps. I'm drawing out a list, and I'm basically choosing via index which of these graphics I want to select. Right? They're all in all these graphics are in one list, and it just makes things easier to keep one folder and one list. I already have the code to show that. I wrote the code in the previous episode. You can have a look at that. Okay, sweet. And so I'm choosing the first card in the list, which I think in this case is like an ace. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's an ace of hearts. As you can see, 0.png, ace of hearts. And so I'm going to fire the program, and it does draw onto the screen. I'm going to demonstrate that now. It does look a bit jank because obviously I haven't set the dimensions properly. So it's just like a big ace covering the screen. So I'm going to show that now. I'm going to delete this draw rectangle line 40 because we don't need it. Because we're already drawing card graphics on the screen now. We already have the workflow for very simple draw logic, and the draw loop is working, the update loop is working. Tested it in the previous episode. So right now, My build has started. I'm just waiting for Visual Studio to load up my UWP project. I'm working in Universal Windows Platform. I'm quite fond of UWP. A lot of the games and apps on the Microsoft Store are UWP apps and games. So if I, like, theoretically, I could ship this game onto the Microsoft Store if I want to. I do have an app shipped already. Maybe I'll show it to you guys. My tablet is like low battery right now. Maybe I'll show it to you guys. Visual Studio just taking a minute. I'm sorry about the time, guys. The build has started. So it shouldn't take too much time. And then what we're going to do, I have a little bit of an agenda for what we're going to do for the development. I went over the rule set of the game. So what we're going to do, we're going to start by designing a prototype game table. And so I'm going to use this as a reference point. I suppose what I can do before I get into the coding, I could have like a little schematic of where all of these cards are on the screen in terms of their rect dimensions and perhaps their like their rect positions. I could use this as well. It would be quite interesting to kind of plan things out a little bit ahead of time, because I'm kind of eyeballing it right now. I'll just use the reference concept art that I have on my paint.net. Hopefully my Visual Studio starts soon. It's just taking a minute. Hey there, Dev. Show it. Oh, excellent. So do you mean you want it for me to show the game? It's just loading now, so I don't know why it's taking so long. It shouldn't be too long now. It's saying that it's ready. So the deployment should come soon. Just literally waiting for Visual Studio. Just waiting for my setup to load. Shouldn't take too many seconds now. Just sitting here. So I'm going to start by... The way I like to do things is to kind of flesh out the scene. So I'm going to start with a table and how it looks. And then it's going to be mainly game logic after that and just like really simple animations. The game logic for the dealing is going to be a simple RNG for this. Raising a set, I could just use like Boolean logic to raise and to set and do like a simple if check for that. Running it back, I don't think I explained that. A run back is if you buy a gem at the end of a round, at the end of a game, sorry, then the banker will offer a run back, which is to double or nothing the next game. So if you win, you double your gem, but if you lose everything. Okay, so my deploy is successful now, so... yeah, the app is just loading now. It's just taking a while because my computer's really slow. So it's loading now. The app is coming. It's not even like complete, just so you know. Like the app is literally just a drawing. As you can see on my draw loop, it's literally just two cores to draw rect, one core to draw rect, one draw to draw image. So you're not gonna see this. You're just going to see one image on the screen that's kind of like pixelated because I haven't really designed the table yet. So we're going to get into that after I just demonstrate this. It's just taken a while. I really don't know why it's taking so long. Let me try and minimize my OBS. Maybe that'll help. Where's it gone? Is it at the back? Oh, here we go. Finally. So again, it's just one image I put on the screen to test it. It's not the whole table, so it's not gonna look great. We're gonna design the table after this. So I'm just waiting for Visual Studio here, waiting for UWP to load. Sometimes when you load up a project for the first time, it does take a while, even though I've built my directories. just waiting for my game. I don't know why it's taking so long, but it is okay. I am waiting patiently. I'll leave it like here for now, so I can scroll a little bit. I want to look at the code and give myself an idea what I want to do next. Can I benchmark compilation time? There is a diagnostics tool that I don't know if it will benchmark the compilation, but it does do a breakdown of like how much memory I'm using and stuff. For now, I'm just sticking to what I'm doing right now here. It's just taking ages, even for a normal thing. I don't know why. I don't think I have any I/O issues. Sometimes when you're using a certain file, you have I/O issues. I don't think I'm having I/O issues because I'm not using any of these assets to actually load on the game itself. Let's close one of these. Super strange that it's taken so long. You know what, let me close that quickly and let me try it without debugging. I don't know if that will make it a bit faster. There we go. Super strange. Okay, what I'll do, I'm gonna actually try and flesh out the scene now with the code, and then I'll demonstrate the scene. It would have just been literally just one image on the screen anyway. Maybe I'll give Visual Studio some time to warm up, so I don't want to waste too much time here. Yeah, I'm in the UK. Visual Studio warm up. Okay, let's go. No, it's really sluggish today. It was fine a minute ago before I went on stream. I don't know. I think we're back now. I think we're good. Okay, let's start by trying to organize the table. I'm gonna look at my concept art quickly. So we need. I'm gonna use XAML for these buttons over here. Because I think using XAML just easier for this. And for obviously the graphs, I'm just going to organize these in rect structs. So we have, I'll start with the row at the top and the row at the bottom. So I have to use a bit of imagination here. I'm going to aim for simplicity in the sense that I'm not using render lists like I was doing in my Vanguard engine. It's just everything's going to be drawn at once on the screen. I'm going to have some calls. Okay, so I'm going to need some face down cards. Make the bankers one green and blue. 26, 27. And I will probably draw out some magic numbers first. So this is all going to be a prototype. Okay, let's draw the scene. Let's have a quick Thank you. Coding is not easy. I just wish my system would run a little bit quicker, guys. I do apologize for this. I should have made sure it was a little bit smoother. I would have reset my laptop, but I thought it was okay. So it's not great that I'm hard coding these values, but I want to really just snipe some of these assets. Is it 0 indexed? Yeah, so it should be 26. Let's see, what's a reasonable size? This is width by height, so I'm gonna say like 120 width by like 190 height, something like that. Let me put a layer here. Kind of want to organize this, so where's the text tool? Just so I can keep track of things. It's going to be a mix of me going through the concept art here, so I can keep track of things, and actually coding it away as well. And let's space them out. This is all estimation. The width is about 1920. So if I go about, let's say, let's just halve it half of 100. Space down a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of trial and error. Yeah, it's true. I will invest in a better setup. I do have like a PC, or I had a PC, but I kind of harvested the parts and stuff. I wasn't really taking care of it, so I was kind of experimenting with it. But for now, I'm just using a Toshiba laptop. It's like so old, they don't even make it anymore. Index is equal to 7. Index. Index equal to 0, better 7 is less than 7. Index plus plus. So I'm going to draw 7 cards on the screen. I want to space them out. So I'm going to post increment their the x values. What's this? X, Y, post increment. By say just a small amount on the screen. Let's just say like 5. I don't know if it will allow me to do that. Sign that. Let's change tactics. Oh, it's because I'm using the post increment. It doesn't like that. We'll do a bit of maths then. So, int, let's say, banker, card, position X to 500. Oops. Come on, do this video. Excuse me, sorry guys. Just sneezed over that. Spacing like that. It's a bit strange that I can't use post increment there, but I guess it's like more of an expression and C# doesn't like that. Yeah, I had this little trick where I disabled my solution. Is it Solution Explorer? My Explorer.exe in a bid to get my stream set up quicker, and it worked. But the only issue is that UWP needs the Explorer.exe to just even deploy apps. So I could run all my apps except for the UWP stuff. So I couldn't do that. So I'm going to quickly just see if I can run this scene quickly to see, make sure the spacing is okay. I should really have cancelled this out because it's going to look very jarring. But I've already deployed, so let's just hope it comes up quick. I'm not sure my OBS is starting. I need to... Oops. Just keep it on the left hand side. Server cuts. That might be a good shout, actually. I've not tried Visual Studio Code with C# extensions. I wonder what that's like. I'll do a little bit of research into that, if it's better in the long term. That might be a really good shout. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, okay, I'm out of range. How many assets am I loading? Am I loading everything? Let me double check that. I need to just inspect assets as soon as my IntelliSense comes up. See if I can run a watch. Wow, is any... Oh, that's really interesting. Count of 2. I thought it'd be 1. 1-bit graphics. So something might be off of my resource loading routine. Let me check that. Okay, no problem. Let's close that page. So, oh, hold on a second. Of course, I told my program to loop once. I think that's why. Am I using index 0 here? I'm not using that range. So there's one folder, one row, for 27, so I'm going to inspect this quickly. So that's good. That's a good point. The OneDrive folder. I think I am using OneDrive. I might need to be wary of that. That might be taking a while. Am I using a hard drive? I'm not sure if I'm using a hard drive. I think I am. I have like those slim hard drives and I have the SSDs. I think my laptop might be using either the slim hard drive or SSD. I can't remember. So I only want to add one row to my list because I've got one folder. So I only really want to account for all my sprites in one list. And I'm going to just like use the graphics that I need. But somewhere I'm exiting my loop a little early, I think. Okay, so maybe it's the bitmap bit. Let me see. The 1.png, that's fine. Let me step out of this. Unless I'm missing a file path. Let me see. Did I load them? No, I didn't load them all. Very strange. 1.png. Should be 2.png. Yeah, I wonder why it didn't go. Why would it step out early? That's very strange. Unless it's a threading consideration. I wouldn't be too surprised by that. Let's have a little look. Oh goodness, I missed the error. Ah, I see. Sprite path. I shouldn't be using slot for that. I should be using index 0. I think. Because slot increment past the bounds, of course. Folder path, index. I'm using index here. I don't know if it makes a big difference. I suppose in the long run I want to use... Yeah, I want to use the folder path range. Here. I mean, it's always going to be 1, but I will change that just to be on the safe side, just in case I extend the functionality. I'll run that again. I only use slot for the naming convention over there, as you can see. Yeah, so the way I'm doing it, it's not great because 27 is a magic number. So you got me there. I got really lazy. That should actually be a name variable, as you said. Maybe like, I don't know, maximum files to load or something like that. But I kind of felt like speedrunning a little bit, so I just kind of made it a magic number. But eventually I'll probably update that to actually be a name variable I can change, because it's quite dangerous having that there. Kind of breaks that convention. Okay, let's test this out. Okay, make sure my loading routine is right. I'm gonna check index. Should remain at 0. Sprite file paths. Still not sure why I'm generating Two of them. Calling this twice for some reason. Super strange. It does matter, but because I need to make sure I'm targeting the right locations. .png. I'll loop through those a few more times. Index 0 should remain. Index 0. Folder paths. Yeah, stuff like that. Select my paths. Index 0. I think I might have to swap that. I think for the sake of convention, this should use index, not index 0, but it's still working because they're both the same range, but I don't really like that. Okay, I'm gonna step out. Okay, so we have... Oop. Let's see... 27 assets loaded, 0 indexed. Let's see if I can read that one. Up to 26.png. I think it should say it should go to 27. Let's increase the range from 20 because it's 0 index. I need to make the maximum value 28. So, or I should have done that. So let's continue running the program, and we should see like a really rough set of cards on the screen, hopefully. But I'm not sure if my bitmap routine is working. Yeah, something's not right with the bitmap part. Let me see what I'm doing wrong. I'm only loading 5. It should be 27 of them. I'm not sure. So what I'll do, I'll go back. Have a quick look. I'll break on line 67. And while I'm here, I'm gonna get rid of that magic number. Maximum, let's just say sprite. Let's say maximum assets to load. Just make it simple. You guys might notice that, contrary to the way that I was coding some of my other like framework projects, this is very, very rough. It's like I'm putting a lot of things in the main and a lot of things in just like simple classes. Again, I'm kind of speedrunning this. So, but I will do the variable name thing because that's something I kind of like talk about in my channel as well. So, make that simple int. I'm gonna make it 28 because it's 0 index. So we can keep track of that quite easily. Okay, let me see what's going on here. So in this particular block, what I'm doing is I'm taking those file paths that I loaded and I'm turning them into canvas bitmap objects. Ooh, gotta make sure my indexes are right. Index is the outer list, index 1 is the nested list, I think. So I'm just starting my build now. So I should hopefully hit a breakpoint. Here we go. So I want to know why I'm only loading 2 assets and not 27. So I added a new list of canvas bitmap. That's fine. What's the range? What's the count? Oh, maybe it's because I've got 2 of them. Well, this one has a count of 28. So I shouldn't have issues as long as my indexes are right. Let's have a look. Index is 0. Index 1 is the count. The range. Continue stepping through. Let's double check my assets folder. So I have 5. I think that's how much I had before it stepped out. Let me check again. I'll continue going. Assets index. Add 0. That's the 6th one, 0 indexed. Okay, it seems to be smooth. Let me go up to 10 if I can, and then I'll step out. So that's 10. Okay, so what I'll do, I'm going to step out at line 71. Let me take that one out. Did I hit the assets again? No, so I've got 10. Okay. Oh goodness, what happened? The program just disintegrated. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Maybe I ran out of memory. Let's go. It's restarting my session. That is my UWP deployment. I think the loading the bitmap, canvas bitmaps is fine from what I can see. And once I can just double check that I'm loading all my assets correctly, I'll make sure I'm drawing onto the screen properly. Then we can start getting creative. Wait for my build. I don't think I was out of bounds just now. I think I actually just ran out of memory because I didn't hit any exceptions or anything like that. It does happen from time to time in my Visual Studio. But now I'm out of bounds in my draw core. So you're actually correct. Assets. Now in this case, I'm only loading 2 assets and I don't know why. Super strange that's happening. Let me get to the bottom of this. This part might take a little while. Oh, that was strange. Ah, I think I know what's going on. Did I just hit my draw call while I was loading my resources? I might have initialized my draw call thread prematurely. So I'm on 10. 11, 12. Not sure why I went to this bit. I think I'm having some issues with the threading. I might be invoking my draw call a little prematurely. Let me just sort this out. Getting all sorts happening now. Maybe I'll just start again, I don't know. I'll give it a minute. If not, if it's still here, then I'll just restart the Visual Studio session. Oh, is it just a debugging session that 10 minutes? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Debugger timed out. I'm worried that... Where am I calling invalidate? I'm just literally trying to count how many assets I'm loading. Yeah, I think the issue is that it's a threading thing. I seem to be invoking my draw call before my resources are fully loaded. And I've had this issue before, and I have tried to force some invalidate calls in certain places to mitigate it, but I might be running into that right now. I need to be careful if I'm invalidating my draw call prematurely. So why don't it's a bit how can I say? I could say this is a bit of a workaround, but to test my theory, I'm going to prevent my draw call from actually drawing until all the assets are reloading until all my assets have loaded by doing a simple if check. The reason I don't like this is because it's a naive approach, but it does mean that if I know I'm gonna load 27 assets, then I won't invoke this draw call looking for assets that don't load. So I'm gonna give that a shot and see what happens. The bound was 28, 0 index, so it should be 27. I should really restart it, but I'm quite tempted to just start it from here and see what happens. And then get rid of that other break. This might not even execute. So I'll just wait for my code to update. Okay, I'm still out of bounds. Probably because I have to restart. Because it's not gonna execute that code that I wrote earlier, as I suspected. So this shouldn't draw anything if my assets aren't fully loaded, technically. This doesn't really go to the cause of what's going wrong. It's not dealing with the threading, it's just counting. But for now, I just need to check my theory. Maybe double check if that's the range. So 27 is 28, 0 indexed, in a sense. Oh, so 0, oh, I might be off bounds. Maybe that should be 28 or 27. Oh, I might have got that wrong, but anyway. I shall see. Okay, so we got a blue screen, which is just the background, so something is not drawing. I think my asset count is off. How much is the count? It's still saying 2. That's really marvelous. Why is it prematurely coming out? Let me see. So now that I've got that there, let me see if I can check the loading routine. Update draw. Let me just check for my debug session. I'm gonna try and step through everything. I don't want to rush this. Should be loading about 27 assets or 28. Just charge my tab now. Seven, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my gosh, press something else. 10. Well, that's 11 actually. 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oops. I have to be careful where I click. That's 22 and then double check. It's 21 counts. Let's count 21, 22. What's doing? 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Is that 27 count? 28 count. How many sprites do I have? 28. Okay, so that might be the last one. Okay, so that's that. Count of 2 sprite file paths. I'm not sure why I loaded 2 for some reason. I had to correct that. One of my indexes is probably off. So I need to be careful of this. I got a superfluous row. So that should end. Let me just double check my access, okay. So that should be all my cards. Resources loaded is true. I could just use this boolean actually instead of setting a count. My count check in my draw call logic. And once again, Visual Studio just stopped on me. I'll break that, see what happened. Studio. Very interesting. Okay, interesting. I wonder if my count is still saying 2. It's still saying 2, man. I need to see what's going on about. Ah! Oh, I'm in the wrong list. Oh, silly me. It's actually like that. I'm in the outer list, not the nested list. And the count should be 28. I should really double down on those variables. So now I should be drawing. I want to get rid of this. This is just a test one I did the other day. Hopefully I'll be drawing a couple cards on the screen. Like 6 cards, I think. 0 index at range of 7, or is it 7? I can't remember. Let me get rid of this. Oh sweet, okay, so we have our card graphics up and running. They're spaced really close, so they look kind of weird. Well, we have something there, which is quite good. So what we're going to do, we're going to space the cards out. And we're going to make these cards a little bit smaller. I can't see the live chat because my tablet just went off, so I'm going to use my browser on my second screen. I'll do that in a minute, so I can keep up with the chat. So what I'll do, what's the resolution? What's the width? Should probably store it as a variable, shouldn't I? XY width height. Scene variable numbers, sweetness. What does a rect take? Is it a double or float? I think it's a double. Card width. I think 120 is too much. Put 90. I'd say 110 for now. I want to space the cards evenly, so I'm gonna, like, where am I? I'm gonna post increment by the width of the card plus a little margin plus spacing. Not sure it doesn't like that. Oh, it's because of the conversion, isn't it? Is that int? Oh, no, maybe that double. Maybe this double as well. So the card should be spaced out a little better. And you make a Y position. I guess it should be globals. That's 40. Get rid of that, my break at line 78, and continue. Okay, my card's a bit more spaced out, it's a bit better. Yeah, stuff like that. I want the background to be green, I'm going to change that. Oh, they're kind of in the middle, I like it. I'm a bit worried about screen resolution stuff. I need to make sure that everything is responsive in the right way. But for now, let's just get the scene up and running. So I've got the cards there. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. It's so slow. Wait, my system. It's taking way too long. Okay. I'm gonna try and get the live chat on the side so you can see what's going on. Yeah, that should be okay. It'll load when it's ready. Alright, sweet. Alright, let's move on with things. So I'm just getting the overall layout established, and obviously when you like deal the cards, that's when the cards appear on the screen. But for now, I just want to see how everything looks. Then I can just call a function to present the cards like this. So next, oh, where am I? I'm in the wrong class. I'm gonna say banker's hand. Oops. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Again, I'm just really going for simplicity here. There will be repeated code. There will be repeated code. I apologize. Private int, let's see, hand count equals 7. Checking my live chat as well. No, my browser's not showing the live chat. Oh well, I'll try and catch up when it's ready. Okay, so let's see, where was I? Hand count. Player's hand. But this time I want to target a different asset. I want the player's hand to be blue. So where's my blue face down card? The blue one is 27. Oops. I'm going to target that. And I'm going to shift the positions. Player card position. Banker card position. Oh, sorry, player card position Y. I want the X positions to be the same, but I'm going to shift the Y value down to the bottom of the screen. Let's say like 900. Let's see what happens. So, contrary to Cartesian coordinate system with UWP, the Y-axis increases going down. It's kind of strange. Let's have a look at that. I think I'm not out of range with my index. Oh, I didn't update it. Oops. Whoops. I will update that when I hit the... When I'm running the game, I will update that to play card position X and Y. I forgot to update it here. UWP's alert. Okay, so obviously the player cards are not showing. Oh, they are showing, I was wrong. Well, that's super weird. Oh yeah, of course, because I'm using the wrong values. So the cards are just going in one row, So I'm gonna just debug and just correct that. Keep things full screen. So for the player hand, I'm just gonna quickly update it. Here we go. So that should be player card position X, which I just updated. Player card position Y. Banker card position X. Player card position X needs to increment. Not banker card position. And let's see what happens. Hopefully the card's at the bottom. Yeah, here we go. So it's the blue card's a little bit low to the screen. I'm configuring this resolution 1920 by 1080, but it's not really, the screen changing is not adaptive. So I don't really want to leave the screen resolution as the afterthought because it is quite important. But for now, I'm just working with these bounds. So let me just shift this up a little bit and shift these cards down. Let's go up here. Oh, I'm always assigning these, so let me make these globals for after this session, because making constant assignments is kind of a long thing. Y position, let's make this a little higher. At 140. Maybe I'm going to reduce it to like 700. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's a bit better. So these cards should be parallel to each other. They kind of don't look it. Probably because of like the graphic itself. Like that has a white outline on the left. This one doesn't. So I cropped it kind of badly, but it's fine for now. I'm going to shift the table a bit to the right. So let's start at a default of, I want to say 700. I'm gonna put 700. No, should I put 700? 700, and I'll do 700 here. I'm just gonna look. Is that middle? Not really. 650. I'll go 650. Just an estimation for now, but I just want to shift it just a little to the left of my table. That's a bit more centered, I think. Now, according to my concept art, there should be some cards at the middle. So I'm just kind of fleshing out the scene conceptually. Obviously, at game time, cards are going to be in different places, and like cards are going to be revealed. So obviously, I have to animate the cards accordingly to the gameplay. But just so I can have a general sense of where things are right now, I'll have different blocks of logic to draw different card positions. So I need the active card. This one here is going to be the active card. So, oh goodness, is it going to show up my selection tool? So this is the active card. When you begin a round, the active card is in play. The face down card in the middle is where you have to guess to raise or set. So if my card is higher than 5 or lower than 5. Right now the suits don't really make a difference. Maybe I'll add a mechanic for the suits to make a difference, but I didn't do that for now. Okay, goodness me, so I'm gonna go back to my Visual Studio. Let me see, so let me make these globals for my position values. Grab these. What's going on? So, Studio. Oh, I control find for some reason, I don't know why. Excellent. That's better, so I'm not always making assignments at every draw call. So the middle of the table is called the field, so I'm going to draw the field cards. Let me check my concept art. So there needs to be one face up and one face down. The face up card is a random card. I'm not gonna draw that just yet. I'm gonna draw the face down card first. And I'm gonna kind of work backwards to render the whole play. Actually, no, you know what? I'm gonna render both. Field cards. Let's see if I can do it in one. If I can render both cards in one for loop. Let's have a look. Shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. I could have like just. I don't really need a for loop for it, but I'm gonna try it. Just why not? What are the graphics that I need? What are the actual assets? So I need one face down, one face up. The face up card is going to be RNG generated, but that's going to be when I start to code the mechanics. What color should I use? Blue or red? That's a good blue for now. Ooh, actually, maybe that's the, yeah, I'll go for blue. Field card face down. Position X, yeah, it's already there. Position X. Even a suggestion there. Let's see, in the middle, so if the banker is at Y position, I was trying 1,600. I'm going to see how it looks to make my adjustments. Let's see, banker position wise 140, player 700, somewhere about the middle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 360? Yeah, 360. Which one for the face up card? Or both of them really. See how this looks. I want the face down card on the left on the field and the face up card on the right of the field. Just as a concept, proof of concept, I'm going to just use 10 of, who's that? What did I do for that? Is that a club? That's spades, I think. I don't know. Quite hard to read it. What number should I use? I only imported 2 suits, by the way, guys. I think I imported hearts and clubs. So as you can see, the hearts are there, and the clubs are here. They're just like the pixelation. The resolution makes it look kind of weird. So I'm going to use 10 of clubs and face down. So that's number 22 and card number 27. So I need to target those cards. If I'm using I don't really want to use a for loop for this, to be honest. It doesn't feel right. I'm just going to draw them as is. But then again, at playtime, I can't really rely on hard coding it per se. I can always change the variables around, so it's better I use a loop for now. Oh, but then again, I still don't need a loop for that. As long as I'm avoiding the magic numbers. So, yeah. Let's see what we're doing here. Again, I'm not really doing this in the most optimal way, but I just need to get this up and running. I think I said I want to use blue for now. Down card, I said blue. My face down card. Now, before I draw my face up card, I kind of want to work on a bit of the mechanic stuff, the RNG to shuffle. Kind of do 2 things at once. I need to work on my XAML as well. Nah, let me just do it like this quickly. Make it quick. Oh, I did that wrong. I want 22. So, face up field card asset. Set it as 0 for now, just a default value. Make sure they're in the right positions. So I have set parameters for the field cards. card dimensions are all the same, width and height. Check. Can I load the chat now? Okay, I think I'm back on the chat. Really? Okay, let's see what's going on. Yeah, magic numbers are just repeated work. Let's have a look at some of the chart. These globals, okay, the size need to be relative to the pre-established global. Yep, you're correct. Excellent. Sweet, I'm back on the chat. I see you guys. Okay, what's this? Player hand. Banker's hand, player hand, field cards. Face down field card, I can use this. But I don't want to share that. It's not a field card, so the naming convention is not great. I'll leave it magic for now. Just for now. Okay, let's have a look at how this looks. Make sure the spacing's okay before we proceed. Waiting for my UWP to load. While this is loading, guys, I'm going to quickly get a drink. I shall be right back. I won't take too long. My OBS is being a bit weird off screen. Alright guys, be right back, okay? I'm just gonna get another cup of tea. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back from my coffee break. I ended up getting a coffee, and there was a bit of an issue. I was just looking off screen, or on screen rather, and I wasn't drawing my cards right. So I'm gonna double check that. Let me comment this out. I don't know if that's a cause for concern. I might have actually done that wrong. Try that again. I was only drawing the ace of spades. Ace of clubs. It was super weird. I don't know what's going on there. Ah, that's strange. It just flashed on screen and exited. Let me make sure my asset count is okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, that's good. Good news. I'm not sure why they flashed on screen and disappeared. Let's get to the bottom of this. Am I using the... Oh goodness, that's wrong. I have to reset the position, don't I? For starters. Oh, I see. I'm not. I'm not resetting the position every time on every draw call. Oh, that's super weird. That's very funny actually, because I'm calculating it. So, what's the default position? Because I'm always doing a little bit of a post increment, so I gotta make sure those X positions are reset on every draw call. I'll uncomment this. Let's draw a little comment here. Try. That's a bit better, but I'm missing the bottom row. I think it's the same issue, so I'm gonna go back. Player card. Yeah, I need to reset the player card position. I think it's 650 as well, for the X value. See how things look. It's a bit better. Okay, sweet. So we kind of want this card a bit more to the left. I thought I was targeting the 22. Wait, 22? What? Oh, yeah. What's 22? Ace of Hearts, is it? I thought it was 10 of clubs. I'll double check that. Ace of hearts is the first one. Oh, maybe I did that actually. That's fine. So I'm missing the middle card that's face down. I'm gonna try and render that. Into 7. Field, so it's one of the field cards is not showing up. Face up. Let's have a look. That's it for that. Oh yeah, defaults it to 0, didn't I? So I'll leave it at 0 for now. It's fine. Field card exposition. Where is that? Oh, that's way too far. I don't know why. Why did I do 1200? What's the face-up card exposition? Oh, did that one show? Oh, it's overlapping, so I'm drawing on top of each other. Whoops. So, let's make it like 600 and see what happens. So I have 2 cards in the same exposition, so they're just drawing on top of each other. So let's wait for UWP to load. Where am I from? I'm from the UK, so I'm from the United Kingdom. I live in the southeast of England, but I used to live in London. Okay, hopefully we should have 2 field cards in the middle of the banker cards and the player cards. Sweetness. Now, I want to move that. I want to center these 2 a little bit. So I'm going to move them down, center them a little bit. Face up card. I'm going to squish to the left a little bit. Wait for UWP. That's a bit better. Maybe I can shuffle the cards a little bit down. Apart from that, the spacing's not too bad. This can go to the left. I don't want to be too nitpicky with the spacing for the sake of time. Okay, we need Zamel. Let's use Zamel in the house. Have window view for now. It's not the best scaling. Because I can see everything. Okay. That'll do for now. On my race time cache. don't know if I want to use XAML at all. It might be a bit weird. Let me see. Let me see if I load it up quick enough. I might just use like graphics for everything, so I can keep the art style consistent. But having XAML is quite convenient for the menus. I'll wait for my XAML script to load. Right, let's see what I'm doing here. I'm using a stack panel, so it's quite convenient. Let's see what I can do. I'm going to try and make these buttons here in XAML. Why didn't I make the stack panel green? Instead of me using Win2D for that. So let's say that's a weird green shade. Oh no, what greens will help? It's too vibrant. I want kind of saturated green. Yeah, something like that. That's quite nice. Not sure what I'm gonna get. Again, this is just a prototype. You know, the challenge for me is to get the prototype up and running, and then afterwards I might like polish the game and stuff. Sweet, let's got some new comments. I should vibe code. Yeah, I could. I do prompt develop, like prompt build for assets, like art assets and stuff. And you're correct, coding is a lot slower than vibe coding. It's willing to show why you develop what game. Yeah, why am I doing this challenge? It's kind of because it's a challenge in itself. So I like a challenge, and you know I enjoy developing games. So my tool of choice is CSharp. I'm pushing the other assets out of the screen, so I need to make sure these buttons are not taking too much space. My tablet is charging really slowly. So I'm just testing UWP again. Okay, not too bad. Yeah, I like that. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. We can refine the controls as things go, but it's not too bad. The buttons are quite small. Might make the buttons a little bit longer. Double it. Just a bit over double. 140. Okay, that's fine. I need to start the game itself. So I need like a start button. Where can I put that? Ideally in the middle of the screen. I'll keep it on the left. For simplicity's sake. Oh yeah, of course. Oh, I get so confused. Oops, wrong one. Start here. Self-explanatory, start game button. So I'm going to start the game when I press start, of course. So I'm going to take my event handler invocations away from the constructor. See what I'm doing here. Spot event wrong. Okay, so how can we invoke the game loop? Well, the game loop is quite simple in a sense. Firstly, we need the banker to deal out 7 cards to himself. We need the banker to deal out 7 cards. We need the banker to deal out 7 cards, CPU banker that is, and CPU banker to deal 7 cards to the player. These are all going to be RNG generated. I'm going to use the update call for this, for the game logic stuff. So this is my update loop, where my core game logic is gonna go. In my animate update class, I'm gonna. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna make my functions mainly public. Before I deal, I want to shuffle the cards. So I'm going to have a function to shuffle. Actually, just have a shuffle cards function. I can use that RNG. Shuffle cards. And then I can deal the shuffle card to the banker and player. Deal, I'll say deal hand. So banker. And deal hand to player, so whoever's playing the game. What else? I'll do the gem stuffs later. Set and raise. I mean, sorry, set and, yeah, raise and set. I think that's right. Is it raise and set? Yeah. I'm also gonna need a game clock. Where can the clock go? I put it at the bottom, but it's been at the top. I'll leave it at the bottom. Is that 400? Okay, let me do this bit by bit. Alright, so we're gonna deal some cards randomly. I think the random function is under system, I can't remember. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. In my deck, in this game, how many cards are there? I don't have a full suit of cards. So starting from here, 0, Ace of Hearts, all the way down to King of Clubs is 25. Okay. Let's see how we can do this. Quite a few ways we can go about our shuffle routine. My card game won't be card lore accurate, probably. I might be spawning cards here and there. I was considering as I was making up the rules. Depends how I want to make the game. Okay, 25, I think. Define a range. Oh, just for the seed. Okay. RNG. Minimum value would be 0, maximum value would be 25, because that's how many files I've got to load, the graphics / the cards. I make things super simple. Do I want duplicate cards? Maybe not in the standard mode. So we gotta make sure we don't get duplicate cards. So I need to check it. Okay. Is it an int value? Does it return it in? I think so. Maybe shows an int. Why is IntelliSense not coming up? Anyway, whatever. I think it's an int. Oh, I need a list. So the hand needs to be stored in the list. I say banker hand and then have a player hand. Oops, what did I just do? Banker hand, player hand, farming, ink. I might not need a bottle, but I'll see what happens. I'm gonna have another hand because it's not when you shuffle. It's gonna be a generic hand that I assign to banker or player. Let's say general for now. Okay, I don't want to overcomplicate things. Because I have a limited deck because I'm not using a full suit of cards. So maybe I will allow duplicate cards. I think I will. Just for now, just for now, and it makes coding a little bit simpler. Because I'm only using 2 suits, hearts and clubs. So I don't have a lot of cards at play. 7, 14, 15, 7, 14, 15, 16 cards out of 25. I'll allow duplicates, you know. See how it goes. See how it goes. So I'll start with the general hand, of course. So for 25 cards, wait, what am I doing? Card in a deck. Oh yeah, of course, I'm even getting lost now. So I'll have a general deck here. Do I want 25 cards in a deck? Maybe I feel like I should have more. Let's keep it at 25 and see how it goes. Because what happens is that as you play, there's seven like mini rounds in a round. As I said here, because there's 7 cards, so you have 7 guesses to raise and set before you take a turn. So I need to just make sure there's enough cards. I'm gonna leave it at 25 for now. I'm probably gonna run out of cards. Shuffle cards, that's the deck. Okay, general hand. And then I want to deal the hand to the banker and deal the hand to the player. So I want to do it so the banker always gets the cards first from the deck. So where's the banker's hand? Make me remember. It's supposed to be 7. Guys, you know something so funny? Games are getting more expensive. You know, we have like $70 games, $80 games. GTA 6 might be like $100. So why not make your own game for free? That's one thing. That's one reason I want to do this too. I just want to make my own games and play them for free. It's kind of funny. Alright, cool. So hand count. Then what I'm gonna do is general hand. Oh my goodness, where's the bankrupt hand? General hand index. And similar logic for the player hand. But this time I'm going to start the range at 7. I don't know what magic. I could start it at 7. I could do it a different way. I'm trying to avoid arithmetic. Zero index, so 15 I think. I might be wrong with that. Nah, forget that. 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, yeah, zero index accounted for, I think. I might be wrong. Do hand to player, so I'm going to use these updated values. 7. It's magic. Start at hand count. So that's 7, might as well just use it. So RNG, shuffle my cards between 0 and 25. Do hand to banker. Banker gets the first 7 cards. This is range 0 to 7. Player gets the last 7 cards. So 7 to 15, 0 index. So I think I got that one wrong. I'm not sure. Are those public? My hands? They should be. Change that. Because I need to use them. I'll even make the general hand public. So now if I want to draw this on screen, I need to use the right values. What's the hand? Player hand's going to be a little different. Oh wait, hold on. The player hand's going to be 7 too, so that's fine. Yeah, because all the values are indexed, so it's okay. Double check my graphics. So 0 to 25 accounts for all the value cards. So first 7 cards goes to. Oh, this is not right. Why is it 7? I got the numbers wrong. Let me change that. Because the full suit is all the way to 12. So 0 index to 13. And then 13. Oops, I messed up. To 25. Okay. I don't know why I was pulling 7. Oh, because the hand is 7, of course. Let me check my concept art. Oh yeah, that's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not necessarily the whole suit at play. That'd be too much. So we probably want another list of just the hand stuff. Oh wait, no, because we need the assets, which has the bitmaps. So I'll just use the value of the hands. So I need to access my update loop from here. Now the funny thing is, it has to be from the main page if I want to keep things consistent, because I'm creating an instance of my update here. Where am I? Where's my update? Did I make it here? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, somewhere here. Yeah, here we go. Animate update and draw. So my tactic might be strange, but I'm gonna try and pass my main class into my draw loop. Oh, maybe this is why I'm having weird update threading stuff. I'm not sure. Where am I constructing this? Oh, there it is. Not sure if it's gonna work. Let's see. Coffee's cooling down. Let me check the chat. It's amazing how much slower without AI. It's just for learn. Would it be nice to put some noise filter in OBS with a hair fan? Oh, can you hear it? Let me turn it off. It's actually my spinning fan. I'll turn it off. My computer fan is quite loud as well. I wanted to put music, but I'm a little bit worried about like YouTube. I've been like flagged before in the past because of like background music I use, so I'm a little bit wary about that. Hopefully the noise is a little bit quieter now. Main page reference. So when I deal the banker's hand, I want to use the values I draw from the from my update class. So let's see if this works. I think my class is private. There's no protection on it. And I think the protection level is clashing, so I'll fix that. What's the update? Probably having clashes there with the access. Inconsistent accessibility. So I'm going to make this class public. Same update class. Hopefully these errors go away. That's cool. Alright, sweet. Where am I? Update. So now my banker hand, which is a list, and I want to access my list by index. No, I want to load my player hand as well. There we go. Okay, this is quite interesting. So we should have randomized cards for player and bankrupt. Let me have a look at my console art. That should be random, it should be random. Oh, the aim of the game though is that the player hands. Okay, so I didn't explain this. So the aim of the game, the reason that some of these cards are face down, these cards are supposed to be face down. Have I decided? Yeah, all of these cards need to be face down. So I need a face up, face down mechanic. You only face up a card if on a turn, and a turn is when you challenge the banker to raise or set directly, and then you challenge your card versus the banker's card on a raise and a set, and then you reveal your card. That's what I did. So I'm gonna program that in a bit. So I need a list of booleans, and my boolean list will indicate whether my cards are face up or face down. But the thing is, CPU banker's card is always face up, so you always know what you're up against. So I'm gonna just have card orientation player, and all the cards are gonna be face down. So I'm gonna set that to false. Oh, let me make it a function. Oh, that's so strange. That's so cool though. Like, Visual Studio's already suggesting the whole card thing before I even wrote it. Let's see if it's good. I like it. I'm gonna take it. Code prediction. So set card orientation player for the range of player hand count, which is 7. Oh wait, hold on. This way things might go wrong. It has to be hand count. I see why the code Visual Studio thought it was that, but that's why I gotta check my code. Card orientation player. Add a new card, set all to false. How did it know I wanted false? Super weird. I could have wanted true. Anyway. Okay, got my functions. Raise. Oh yeah, raise. I'll come to raise and set soon. I need to call my functions. Okay. So I'm going to invoke my game loop. So first I want to shuffle the cards. I could even have a cool little animation, but I'm going to do that afterwards if I do. Deal hand to banker. And I'm going to deal hand to player. It's probably a private function. Animated. Like that. I spelled it wrong. Animated, yeah, that's right. Okay. Right, so we can test the game. Okay, let's see what happens, guys. I might have messed up somewhere, so we'll have a look. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry to keep you all in suspense, but I'm going to be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys. So, got another top of coffee. So I'm gonna press start game, and yeah, should hopefully initialize the field. Let's see what happens. Might get error. So I think I got error. Nothing showed up. I did something wrong. Ooh, stuff's going on. We're gonna get a few index out of range exceptions. There's nothing in there. It's very strange. Oh, hold on a second. Did I call shuffle? Shuffle cards. Start game. I should probably put a boolean on that just to be safe. Like a check. The cards may not have even. I might not have even hit my RNG yet. So let me see if I can sort that out. Let me stop the program first. Because what's going on is that I'm loading the event. I'm loading the resources and drawing. So let me just control what's going on here. And I'm calling it validate. So go back to my draw loop. Scene variable members, class members. Let's have a scene variable member. I'll make this public for now. It's a boolean check just to make sure that all my assets, all my RNG stuff is loaded. Before I complete my RNG task, and then I proceed to populate my deck, my hand on the screen. Are cards loaded or dealt? Generated. Oh yeah, I need to generate the field cards as well. I haven't done that yet. I haven't RNG'd my field cards. It's an RNG of 25 cards. So if I'm taking 7, 7, 14, I can just get like 15. Because what I'm doing here is that the field card has to be active. Or do I need both of them at the same time? I think so actually, yeah. Okay. One face up, one face down. Yeah. Because I need to actually guess which card is playing. Maybe there shouldn't be a limit to how many cards I'm shuffling in the deck. I want to run out of cards, so now see how it goes. Cards in a deck. Hand count, player hand count. Should really be index, not count, but I might roll with it for now. Not sure. So I'm treating player hand count as an index rather. Change the variable name later, soon. Field card index. So this 15, maybe like 16. I prefer to call that index. have a list. I have another list for now. Even though it's just 2 cards in the field, I think I'll put them in a list. Oh, it should be index, not index. I've already got it. I didn't have that. Field card index. Player hand index. Field card index. 16. Oh, because I'm shuffling it on. Picking from the RNG, aren't I? Just doing it twice. Okay. Where am I? I'm just gonna like do this thing. That's wrong as well. Field cards, add, general hand, field card index, 16 and 17. So 2 different cards for the field, 1 up, 1 down. But I haven't programmed the face down, how to face down a card yet properly. See how it looks. Control. Player's hand, field cards. Face down for okay, so that's it. Change that value. Change something that was from last side. Go to bankrupt, go to player. So I need to access. The value of the card. It's going to be face up for now. I've hard coded one of my field cards to be face down. this thing? Oh. That's the true. My animated update needs to see my animated draw. Okay. Pass that main page reference. Set fuel cards, then I want to start drawing onto the screen. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep it like this. My flag is in my draw logic. My animated draw class. My flag. Let's do it like this. Main page reference. Animated draw. Our cards generated, yes. Sure. Okay, let's see what happens. My camera, my phone is on low battery, guys, so I might need to wrap up this stream soon. Let me check the comments. Let's see. So I'm just waiting for you to be clear. Oh, my build fell. Must have hit an error or something. Oops, messed up. Oh, I don't think I'll be in my constructor in my class level. In my main page, I didn't pass my main page. Yeah. Probably don't mess with running. No. That should be better. I'm just waiting for you to load now. Someone commented earlier about me using OneDrive might be a bit slow, so I agree. I have to be careful about that. my deploy succeeded, so I'm just gonna wait for my game to load. Yeah, that's my phone going below 20%. Okay, let's see what happens. Nothing came up. Let's see what's going on. We won't be seeing separate in a separate class. I'll keep this in the constructor actually. That's not right. I need my file path defined first. That's weird. Interesting. I'm gonna wrap up the stream soon. I just want to see if I can get my cards on the field. Goodness me. Oh, that's not good. Take this out. Something to do with the fact that I'm moving around my main page the way I am. It's not good. I might have to take away the reference and just like deal with the scope properly. My boolean checks and stuff. I'm gonna draw and go in and look at So maybe I'll put the boolean check in the update if this doesn't work. I'll move this to my update loop because it was working before. Oh, I'm not recording this. I need to fold around some. Oh, goodness me. Okay, I'm rounding up soon. Let's wait for UWP. I think we're trying to start game. Our cards generated, and so true, excellent. Go in my break and have a look. Range. Okay, but count this oh, they're not called this. Just look at the player hand, for example, and see if anything so. Okay. Goodness me. Oh, here we go. Just took a minute. Okay, sweet. So guys, it's pretty chill. We seem to have random cards generated. I'm happy about that. So our RNG have shuffled. Obviously, I'm accounting for duplicate cards, but they're RNG'd. So, man, these cards look so pixelated. So we've got 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 9, King, 7, King, 6, Joker or Jack, whatever, 6, 7, and a 6 in the middle. So we're gonna leave it here, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. I explained the rules of the game at the beginning. So you know, you guess, is the drawn card, the next drawn card, going to be a raise or a set? You choose it here, raise, set. Depending on which, you get a certain amount of cash, and then you challenge the banker directly. These cards are all going to be face down for the next stream, because you're not going to know. So if I said for the first card here, the King of Hearts, I want to challenge the banker to say, and his cards are going to be face up. So I'm going to be like, okay, I want to set for the first turn. Then that means that I reckon I have a lower card than 7. Obviously I will lose the bet, so that means I get a penalty. But if I say here, and if it's the same value, it's going to be, how can I do with that? I can go with a rounded up approach. So you got to raise at the same value, something like that. No draws. I don't know. Either way is fine. This one, if I say raise, and I have a king, and banker here, CPU banker has 8 of hearts. King is a higher value than 8, so I win the bet, and I get a payload for that. So that's how the turns work. Kind of liking this so far. It looks alright for like a couple days worth of work here. My card table. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to stream perhaps today later. It's GMT time +1, British summer time, so I might stream later in the UK afternoon. If not, it will be tomorrow. Thanks a lot guys, I appreciate your viewership and I hope you all have a great day. Take care guys, bye bye.